Evening, everyone. This is Nurse Honeybees and Morgan, and we're back playing Elysium. This is our 30th stream playing this game. That just shows you how long it's taken us to get through this fucking game. So. I feel like the music from this opening is really loud. You could barely hear me? Look, it says 10:14:22 like an old picture. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to yawn during the stream. That's bad taste.
It's bad taste.
I think it's fine. Just leave it.
Oh, the microphone is right there.
Yeah, with the blue.
It should be right there, because that's where my mouth is. Look.
Oh, I thought it was where the blue dot is.
No, because the thing's right here, and then my mouth is over here. So now try talking there. Give it another test.
Give it another test? Why?
Because I can even hear your voice.
None of the Z's is weird? What does that mean? Oh.
Maybe you just gotta keep it up a bit louder, or else we're not gonna hear what
Oh, excuse me again. I'm sorry.
You have to let them know that you're not sleepy.
I'm
Hello,
not sleepy?
testing. No. Remember you said that you were super awake.
I never
you
said.
You said you couldn't sleep at night because you have insomnia and you couldn't fall asleep.
Yeah,
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some reason you feel this man is your superior. Superior, but he's not in the command chain.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé. I heard you talking to my friends. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible.
Stop it.
About the hanging.
Hey! You're always messing it up. We can never have nice things because of you two.
No, you're ruining the stream. Come on.
Okay. I thought you already talked to this guy.
No, that never happened.
Yeah.
Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
Finger hurts.
Ask him about the bed. Ask him about the silk robe.
Oh, we got it from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally, I think it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great. Sadly, the shop is now out of business. That's really all I can tell you about it.
He said we.
Yeah, so what does that mean?
Friend?
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
You actually witnessed
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
No, but I remember this. You said he didn't see
Easy,
it.
detective.
Dark.
No need to jump to conclusions. Easy, detective. No need to jump to...
Because I did it? Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Well done, detective.
Remember when he calls me detective, he's happy? And when he says officer, he's not happy?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell. I went back inside.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man. All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
But we are fairly certain the lady driver was present.
It's possible, officer, but I cannot say with certainty. It was very dark, you must remember. Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching. Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything. You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances.
So why didn't he
I
call?
was simply in shock.
Because now when I talk to you, I turn, and then the thing is right there in my mouth.
Yeah. He just said why he didn't call. He was in shock.
So that means you have, because my mouth is here when I turn.
You said the microphone's over here.
Yeah.
On my side.
Right, but my mouth is still here. Your mouth is way over there.
Yeah, but now they can hear you because before they were only hearing me when the headphones were around my neck.
But now?
I'm pretty sure they can still hear me. I mean, I'm talking into the microphone. I'm pretty sure they can still hear me. I told you.
Maybe a little bit. We just gotta keep our voices up and energetic.
This is my real voice. I put another voice whenever I'm not streaming because I am embarrassed.
See, I can make voices like him, can't I?
No, that's not how he
Here
sounds.
is my voice. I am the lizard brain, seeping into the dark abyss.
He says, "Why didn't you call the RCM?" He says,
Hello, I am the necktie, here to say this thing that's crazy.
and then
I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening,
and he
approximately?
says, "About what time was all this happening, approximately?"
All I can say is that it was late. No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
It seems this wasn't the break you were hoping for. I think we have everything we need. Thank you for talking to us, Mr. Villedroit.
Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM.
He didn't give anything.
See, what's an official like you doing in Martinet?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer.
Ah,
A heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled.
just like the election, the Senate went for Nevada, bringing the Democratic total to 50, with a possibility of 51 in Georgia, if who beats who?
Huh?
If Herschel beats Walker. Walker's a crazy guy with brain damage from playing football. You haven't heard him talk, have you? He's always like, oh, what the fuck is he saying?
The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
What is this international community?
La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
What do I call the revolution?
Your
Coalition.
employer, technically speaking. The governing authority of Revachol. The RCM is but one part of this provisional administration.
What is the price stability?
It is the most important thing.
Well, that was racist. You see, 'cause it is the most important thing. That doesn't tell me anything.
No.
It's
How
the
is that
central goal of any
racist?
sound
That's
monetary
part of
policy.
his accent.
Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment.
You see what's going on with inflation and employment here?
Inflation was going up, employment was going down.
And now?
Which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Has the price of bread changed?
I don't buy bread.
What do you buy?
Well, I mean, I take that back. I do buy bread. I buy gluten-free bread, but that's always expensive, so I don't know.
You know how much it's gone up by?
I don't know how much regular bread has gone up
How much
by.
has the price of gas gone up?
Well, it's California, so it's always more expensive.
How much more expensive?
Précisément.
Hmm?
Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%.
Below 2% of what?
But not too far below. No. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet? A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the moral intern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency.
Here we go. Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment? What do you think he's doing?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories
I
off.
think he's lying.
This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here.
I think
You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
I think he's bumping uglies with the.
Yes,
smoke
as I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Intern.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the moral intern is joking or not.
It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the coalition.
So when I said I was a total person, what I have been is I'm a moral intern bitch.
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
Are you their bitch?
No.
To money?
No. What?
That's what they're talking about. Turn back.
No.
Are you a moralist?
But of course.
Am I a moralist?
Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values?
Are you a MAGA Republican? Are you MAGA? Are you MAGA? Are you a Trumper?
No.
Turn to Kim. Are you a moralist?
Me?
Got him.
I'm a lieutenant of the RCM, dedicated to maintaining law and order in
He
Ravachon.
has no opinion.
A very moralist answer.
You see, got him.
Got him.
The lieutenant is practiced in the art of putting on a show for one's superiors.
You see? But what is a normal, stable world?
He deflected.
The Occident is part of the normal world. Oranje, Sur-la-Clé.
Oranje. So Soda La Clef is supposed to be France, I'm assuming. Because he says he's from Soda La Clef. He talks like international moraliste. Right? Marnay doesn't seem very normal.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
We're clearly Eastern Europe, right? Based on how everything looks.
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy.
Is there full democracy in Florida? Of Ron Death Santis?
Ron DeSantis?
Ron Death Santis?
Is
Guy, you see,
But
you don't
they're
know?
working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
See, moralism is the ideology of foreign occupiers. Russia must be governed by Russia. Democracy is meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital. It's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D. None of the above. Is that moralism? That's what you choose, right? You always choose the one that's not an answer.
What do you mean?
You always try to choose the one that doesn't say anything. And then you remember that's when they gave you the boring cop? Because you're like, oh yeah, you don't want to pick anything that's offensive. You just want to be boring.
That's not true.
That's how we got boring cop. Look, it's right there. Boring cop 6. Sorry cop 5. You kept apologizing. And you see superstar cop 13. I started doing the superstar thing. Then communist fascist 4. Those were your Trump picks. Ultra liberal moralist.
My Trump picks?
Good cop. So you see. So what type of
You pick
thing?
every damn...
No, but I say, what do you think? I don't think I'm a moralist. A moralist sounds incredibly boring. I want more action.
Do you think peace is boring? What about prosperity?
Well, you think that's boring?
You tell me.
Yeah, that shit sounds like... Yeah, no, prosperity sounds like a lot of fun.
Someone who's
I
obsessed
agree.
with money.
And we as an international community should strive to bring this prosperity to every kid on every isla.
Free lunch in every public school. You know California just voted for that.
I didn't see that on the ballot. How
Yeah.
did we vote for it?
Alexa, is there free lunch in every school in California?
From HuboltPacket.org, California became the first state in America to guarantee completely free meals for all public school students.
Did you miss that?
No. I think I've seen schools like hand out free food.
Yeah, and the whole deal was that they wanted to keep up the free lunch program when COVID shut down schools because that was the only meal they would get.
Yeah, that's why I saw there was like food drives when school went during...
So do you agree, prosperity to every kid on every isla, or do you want to save that tax money and bring it to Trump? I haven't heard you say any anti-Trump. You don't know that we won the Senate. I've been watching the news carefully.
Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Tell me about Sur le Cliff.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
Well, it makes it a darling. You see they're trying to nation build. They're saying they have a high freedom index. What's your freedom index like?
Would you stop grilling me with questions?
Well, you have to be involved. Look at
Because
this.
a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Downtown La Delta, like Los Angeles.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur-la-Clé's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
I want potatoes. Now, tell me about Oranje.
Oranje is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sur-la-Clé, Oranje is probably the most prominent member of the international community.
Oranje might be the U.S. That's why she didn't like it.
Shit, that was her snoring.
Because what's her name?
Who?
The blonde rape girl.
No, who?
Plasche.
Oh.
So
Flashy?
she's from Oranje. So I'm guessing Oranje is supposed to be like the U.S. and Sur Le Clef is supposed to be like France. It's supposed to be like, who's the French president?
I don't know.
You know his name.
No, I don't.
Alexa, what is the name of the French president?
The current president of France is Emmanuel Macron.
Yeah, Macron.
Oh.
So they're supposed to be like Macron. They're saying, oh, France is so cool and Macron. So he's trying to be Sur Le Clef. They're trying to say Oranje is like the U.S., but U.S. isn't part of the international community. Because during Trump, they retracted and became individualistic. Okay. You know when this game was made, right? This game came out during the Trump years. So it's taking that. Okay, but outside of Epis, what is Oranje?
Oranje's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community.
So that would have to be the U.S. Can't you just talk like a normal person?
About what?
But just tell me what it's like there.
Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations to follow.
They're horse cars? So only some people have cars? So it's early 1900s?
So it's like carriages?
But we have cars and the police. So maybe pre-World War II or right after World War II?
If he knows so much about Oranje, maybe he also knows about Oranje's mercenaries.
Reaction speed. So he knows about what they're called.
Ninjas?
No, what's the name of those people?
What, mercenaries?
No, the mercenary group.
What mercenary group?
The mercenary group that's gonna kill everyone? The guy who got hanged was part of the mercenary group? The right to work guy is one of the leaders of the mercenary group?
Did they even mention?
Yeah, they mentioned it lots of times. I'm surprised it's not in my somewhere here, the name. It's like Zipla, it's like cars. Remember when the Hardy Boys knew who they were and they said let them come? And I was saying, do you know what the Hornet is? The one that kills like 40,000 bees in an hour? Remember that? Yes. They're gonna come in with a machine gun. Okay, enough business.
Whatever you wish, officer.
The man who was lynched outside your window was from Oranje.
Oh, that's unusual. The Oranjés are not the kind of people you associate with heinous crimes. It's such an upstanding and responsible country.
That's not how I describe this guy.
Well, certainly one cannot rely simply on generalizations. That would go against our commitment to individual freedoms. And, of course, any loss of life is a tragedy. So tell me, what have you learned about the victim?
He was Lily, he was 42-year-old. He was a motherfucker and a killer. He liked to get high and brag about war crimes he'd committed. He was a poor kid before the Oranjese government put him in the military academy.
Oh.
Let's hit him with the war crimes.
Extremely distasteful behavior. I cannot condone either drug use or needless boasting.
Boasting? You see that? He said, oh yeah, that's terrible, those drug use and boasting. You know what he glanced over?
What?
The war crimes?
The war crimes?
I said, he liked to get high and brag about war crimes. He said, I don't like people getting high and bragging.
Bragging about the war crimes?
No, he's not talking about war crimes. Look, I said, he liked to get high and brag about war crimes he committed. He said, that's distasteful behavior. I cannot condone either drug use or needless boasting. You know who commits war crimes?
Who?
The there.
Suffice it to say, that is not how we do things in Sur-la-Clé.
He was a poor kid before. You see, so that means that they do war crimes. Don't you know, like turning governments over, doing coups, taking out people with collateral damage, missile strikes that kill civilians. He was a poor kid.
It's the responsibility of any good welfare state to take care of its most unfortunate citizens.
They turned him into a psychopathic killing machine.
They gave him a successful career.
Well, what do you say to that?
I don't know what to say to that.
Well, what's he not mentioning? The violence, the killing on behalf of the Orangese government?
Yeah, because
And he said they gave him a successful career.
Because he secretly gets off on that.
So we're about to break him. So you see, he's okay for war crimes as long as it helps maintain the international stability. Because what's he all about? Stability. So if you have to kill a few kids and give all the water to Nestle so they could sell it back to you by selling chocolate, then you got to do it, right? You know how Nestle's stealing all the water, right?
No.
Alexa, what is Nestle doing with water?
From TheLowdownBlog.com, Nestle is taking water, bottling it, and reselling it to people in California during the drought.
Do you like that?
Water from where?
Water from our own river. Where else do you think the water comes from? The sky? You think people are saying, oh, it's going to rain. It doesn't rain in California. They got to get it from the river.
It rained the other day.
It's our water, so how the hell are they taking our water and reselling it?
I don't know, man.
What else has your investigation uncovered?
He was a motherfucker and the killer. Oh, Crenell, that's their name. Crenell. After he was discharged from the military, he joined a mercenary outfit named Crenell. That's who they are. Crenell, Blackwater, Iraqi, PMCs, private military companies. Dick Cheney, shotgun, shot that one guy in the face. Liz Cheney, daughter, lesbian Cheney, lesbian. You know he has a lesbian daughter, right?
Yes.
Well, now you see how it's all coming in here?
How did all of that get back to Liz Cheney?
Because Crenell is a private military company. Private military company is called Blackwater. Dick Cheney hired Blackwater to be mercenaries in Iraq and charged the U.S. government thousands of times more. Didn't you hear that they sold them toilets for like $1,000 and stuff like that? Remember?
No, I don't remember.
Alexa, how much was a toilet during the Iraq War?
I don't have an answer for that.
I don't know any of this stuff.
You don't know? You weren't following the Iraq War back then?
No.
They put it on TV when it happened. I remember we saw the Iraq War on in history class. The teacher put on the TV and we were seeing Operation, what was it called? Shock and Awe. Alexa, what was Operation Shock and Awe in Iraq?
From Wikipedia.org, the operation is a combined effort to target, isolate, and eliminate former regime elements and other anti-coalition cells that continue to try to destabilize Iraq and intimidate innocent Iraqi citizens who choose freedom over tyranny.
There you go. So that's who that is.
That is extremely unfortunate. Yes, it's regrettable that this practice has a history in certain Occidental nations, even highly advanced members of EPIS. But rest assured, the Oranese government has committed to producing a timetable that would lay out a path to transition to a professional army. Soon, there'll be no need for mercenaries like this poor man.
Poor man, what kind of timetable are we talking about here?
Oh, it's hard to put an exact date on it. I believe the proposal for the timetable is due to be completed around 60 or 61.
That's like a decade from now.
See? That's the kind of progress that the moral intern makes possible.
His voice is annoying me.
He was a motherfucker and a killer.
Officer, you shouldn't speak ill of the dead.
It's okay, he told me so.
So you spoke with the victim before he died?
No, this was after he died.
The man gives the lieutenant a nervous look.
Yeah, now he knows we're serious.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows as though he'd stopped paying attention.
You see, now they know I'm serious. Because you gotta drop that in, because he's like, wait a minute.
You're cuckoo.
No, now they know I'll shoot him.
You're cuckoo for Cocoa
Because when I
Puffs.
say that, then he's like, and then Kim was like, what? I was just like, you see, now I got him going. Look at that. I just unlocked more. As a merc, he killed a lot of people on the Seminine Islands for the sake of the Oranese pharmaceutical industry. Let's go. How much is the price of insulin in America? $98, almost $100. How much is the price of insulin in Canada? Like $5, almost nothing. So who are you working for? Are you working for the pharmaceutical industry? Do you want to overpay for your drugs or have good negotiations to lower the price like they do in Canada and get Canada price for drugs? That's what Bernie Sanders say. Text your brother. Tell him it's happening right now on stream. We're Bernie bros now.
No.
Well, they keep hitting you with stuff, and how do you react to it?
No, you keep reacting to it.
No, but they're hitting you with all the political stuff that's happening right now. Price of insulin. What happened to Eli Lilly? Alexa, what happened to Eli Lilly stock?
When the market closed on Friday, Eli Lilly and Company traded at $352.30 on the New York Stock Exchange, down 4.5% since previous close.
That was $20 billion.
Okay.
Because Elon Musk removed the verification and someone tweeted, insulin is now free, in being a parody of the company. And then the company said, no, it's not. And they lost $20 billion from that. Because everyone sold the stock saying, what the fuck? So they're coming for your pharmaceuticals.
A great shame, yes. Colonialism is a dark specter in Orangier's past.
Who's talking about the past? It's still going on. History is very complicated and rarely simple. What's a bunch of dead kips where there's fortune and glory? So you want to say the racist string? You want to say, yes, history. I say, who's talking about the past? It's still going on now. Price gouging on my medicine.
Which is why the work of the moral intern is so critical. It is our great bulwark against another century of bloodshed.
You see? And now I could give the boring answer. His name was Lele and he was 42 years old.
Ah, what a shame. A man cut down in his prime earning years.
Lele wasn't his real name. It was a nom de guerre. You know what nom de guerre is? Name of war. Nombre de of guerra. Guerra. War. Guerra is Spanish for war. So what do you think? Am I using my multilingual skills? Will you give me a job now?
Yeah.
Okay. His earning potential isn't really important. What matters is that he was a mercenary.
Aha! A condottiere.
What?
Yes, it's hard to believe they still exist.
Condottieri. He's getting you. You see, he's hitting you with all the political stuff. And don't you know, during the meantime, they're just sleeping away. They're not even lifting up or being bothered by it or flinching. They're not even saying anything. What are you doing?
I'm cold. You won't let me run the heater.
Yeah, the cold is to keep you alert.
No. I'm still sleepy, man.
That's all. That's who. So that's all. That's who he was.
As I said, the loss of any life is terrible, no matter who the person may have been. I do hope you're able to bring his killer or killers to justice. We must show that the rule of law still applies, even in Rivachol.
Can you tell me about your friend?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
How am I almost done with 3 hours 19 minutes? So once I get that, I can activate not that one. No. Cold, the mother because I'm precarious. Inexplicable feminist. I haven't unlocked that one yet. Look at that ability. Inexplicable feminist agenda. Hobocop. Ace is low. Coach physical instrument. Volumetric shit compressor. Torque dork. Rigorous self-critique. Regular law official. The bow collector. Caustic echo. Detective Cousteau. Boyadero. That's what the pale lady was saying. Overproductive honor glands. Finger pistols. Bang bang. What is it?
Bang, 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 bang.
I could get that. Magnesium-based life form, bringer of the law, lawjaw, advanced race theory, anti-object task force, remote viewer deficient, opioid receptor antagonist, homosexual underground, Arno van Eyck. Is that like supposed to like Jan van Eyck? You know, the famous painter?
I don't know.
Oh. Fairweather T500, Searchlight Division, the Linny of Contact Mic, Hardcore Aesthetic, Finger on the Eject Button, Wasteland of Reality, The Suicide Across Mazov, Cleaning of the Rooms, Bankrupt Sequence, The Incendiary Miracle. These are all like the thoughts that I can get to make me more powerful. These are the ones I have access to. I believe, what is it, the one that I want to get? Visual calculus, cold-blooded, calm water. No, it's the one that that I'm gonna lose all the where the fuck is it? Composure, logic, head in the clouds. Cold-blooded. Kingdom of Conscious? No. Reaction speed? No. What? Where the hell is it? One more door? No. Call them on the precarious world. What? Oh, there it is. The precarious world. All red checks fail for 4 hours. I unlock that, and then I have to do stuff for 4 hours that's not going to cause me to fail, and then I gain the ability of no more failing. You know, I keep failing like 70% chance thing.
Yeah.
It's going to bump all that up by like 10 or 15%. So hopefully I don't lose them anymore. So that's where we are. What's Kedra? Look at the time. Don't we have to go to bed by like... What time? 23?
I would
22?
go to bed by midnight.
But remember how they said I need to do things without having Kim there? Like I need to talk to that one girl without Kim? By the
Yeah,
boat?
if you go back to the Whirlingin Rags, you could technically go to bed.
No, but I'm saying there's a limit of when I need to go to bed.
Yeah, you can go to bed by now.
No, I'm saying there's a limit to how long I could go before the game ends. If I don't go to bed by a certain time, I think he just dies. Like, I can't be out, like, past midnight, I think. But even before midnight, I think I'm in danger.
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
That's Turkey. Turkey is the only member of the UN that's technically a dictatorship. That causes issues. No, not UN.
You mean not Turkey?
It's NATO. Turkey. Alexa, is Turkey part of NATO?
Yes. Turkey is a North Atlantic Treaty Organization, the United Nations, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, G20, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank.
Do you remember Ukraine wanted to get into NATO to protect it from Russia and Turkey was objecting? So that's who they are. What do you mean?
That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
Kendra can also be Switzerland. Remember that the war in Russia made Switzerland no longer be neutral?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that they applied to be in NATO?
Mm-hmm.
Alexa, is Switzerland in NATO?
No. Switzerland is in the United Nations, Organization for Economic Cooperation.
Alexa, stop. No, but they already applied. What's this EPS thing you keep talking about?
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see.
What happened to feet and inches?
What?
I said, what happened to feet and inches? You heard what he just said. Huh?
Huh?
Huh? What? Your eyes.
What?
Are you focused?
No, I'm
Well.
sleepy.
Well, you heard what he said.
It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
Okay, but what does it stand for?
Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole.
No, what do the letters stand for?
It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level.
He doesn't know.
He does. He doesn't want to say. You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you? I'm saying the letters.
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident.
They got you. Is it going to be like this place here?
You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy.
Is Russia going to be part of EPIS?
It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Didn't you say that candidate members never become real members?
No, candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
Here, I need a phone. I need to see what the time limit is. If I keep talking and if it hits 23 before I can talk to the girl, that means I'm never going to talk to her because it's never going to be nighttime where I could get rid of Kim. So I'm like on a time limit of...
Don't you read the screen that goes in between scenes? It says, after 9 p.m., you can get rid of Kim.
I'm saying that after a certain amount of time, I die if I'm not sleeping. Do you get that?
Fine.
Like, I can't... If I keep talking and I think if the clock ticks, I think I'm just going to die.
Well, then why do you keep talking to this guy?
Because he's giving me all the power I need.
I don't think so.
Do you not know that the longer I talk to him, the more experience I get and the more powerful I get?
He's just an annoying fuck.
Because he's... Keep politics?
Because you keep talking about politics.
Disco Elysium time limit. Oh, Disco Elysium has 10 playable days, which each day offering new things to do, new areas to explore, more characters to interact with, and much more. You don't need all 10 days though, since the main quest can be completed by day 5 in some cases. Disco Elysium. Oh, shit. Many events and NPCs are unavailable to chat until 2100.
I told you, 9 p.m.
Time doesn't pass while the player's walking around the world. Can you, how long? Time limit, day. Sleep. Mm. Where the hell is the sleep?
The what?
I'm trying to figure out, do you have to sleep? Let's see.
I mean, it would make sense.
I'm trying to I can't see, like, what's the time limit. Disco Elysium sleep limit. I don't think I could sleep up. Time stops advancing around 2 a.m. until you sleep. Oh. What's 2 a.m.?
0200.
You can also technically stay up forever. Time stops advancing around 2 a.m. until you sleep. You can interact with anybody who's... Huh. So I could keep talking to everyone until 2 a.m. So 2 a.m. would be... Sorry, now it's 10, right?
Yeah, it's 10.
So I have more time than I thought I had. I thought I had to go to sleep before midnight. That means I've been wasting like 2 hours of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Okay, but you gotta get rid of Kim.
Yeah, how did you two even become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulin's Peninsula? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way.
Au contraire, it's how millions of people end up where they are, meeting the people they meet. It's how I came here, and my friend too.
You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry, who?
Your friend, the smoker on the balcony, you were just talking about him.
It's his fuck buddy.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts?
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
As though you weren't envious enough of the boy as is.
Which arts? You see how I gain more power?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design? Printmaking? Who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
That's me, graphic design.
Yeah.
What are you doing in this apartment by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
Isn't it rude for your friend to leave you alone like this?
This guy is hella sus.
We're old friends. Nothing's taboo between us. He comes and goes.
Nothing's taboo, huh?
I'm sure you'll see him around. He's very active.
Oh, I thought it said attractive.
I have something else in mind.
I'm all ears, officer. My
Tell me about your
friend, my friend. What about him?
How'd you two, tell me
Sorry.
who he is?
Who? But I told you, officer.
What's his
He's a
real
bright
name?
young man. Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation. He's deeply enmeshed in the stuff.
As though you weren't envious.
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design? I'm just enjoying the view.
What's view?
Listen.
A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment. Waves crashing in the distance. The sound of sea below the window.
Someone's baby is bawling its eyes out.
No, listen. The Insulindian Bay.
I was asking about, what about it?
This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away.
I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee.
A busy bee?
I'm all ears, officer.
Hmm.
A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Ah! Did you hear that?
Yeah, so you better get all you need.
Hold on, why can't we talk later?
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
I'm not going anywhere, I just want to take a look around this apartment.
Sure, go ahead. It's a beautiful space. Let me know if you have any further questions.
This shit's about to blow up. Do you think we did good? All of these are perfectly normal, a bit mundane, if anything. What do you think of his way with words? All the Z's. Did you like all his Z's? Did you find all of these?
I don't like Z's.
That's how he talks, though. You heard him.
Yeah, but you guys don't like my Z's.
So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cross Authority. Inland Empire. Conceptualization. Understand creativity. I believe conceptualization is my power, right? Isn't it? Encyclopedia. Learn Caphras. Java. Boom. Now that's at 8. Okay. You ready? You feeling good? How do you feel?
Tired.
Why do you feel tired?
I don't know, because I've been up all day.
Was there anything else? I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Start from the beginning.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe.
What do you mean?
It was just... I was on the balcony. That's when...
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least
Who
incapacitated.
were they? Can you describe
I
them?
couldn't see their faces well. Let's just say that the laboring class... I went back inside.
Were you able to see?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
Were they Cochise kids, those funny squinting men?
Those funny... Oh, officer. That kind of language is unbecoming of an officer of the RCM. I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent. Well, that's the strange... Eventually, their shouts died down, and I'm afraid I don't have any...
About what time was all?
All I can say is that it was my watch. Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes past midnight, give or take. No, I didn't see the...
It seems this way. I think we have...
Of course. Anything I can do to... The coalition, the economy impacts the entire international community, which... Whatever you wish. Oh, that's unusual. You're very good. What else, then? Of course. Was there anything else? Oh, that's unusual. Well, certain... And, of course, any loss of life is a tragedy. As I said, I do hope you're able to bring his killer. The coalition, the economy impacts the entire international community. Whatever you wish, officer. My friend. What about him? How did any of us... Au contraire. It's how millions of people... And I'm just enjoying the view. Listen.
The baby waves crashing in the distance. The sound of sea.
The Insulindian Bay. My friend comes and goes. I'm all ears, officer. Of course.
Okay, that's it. I can't get anything else out of him.
Okay.
Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Now he said that he was going to be gone after that. Wait, what the fuck? Didn't I... What? What the hell happened? It's almost midnight now.
No, it's 10:21.
Oh, I was looking at the other time. I got confused.
This door is made of metal and a...
Oh, it's locked now. I can't get back in. Nope.
You hear someone walking around in a poor communard from the...
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
Give me a moment. Ask away, policeman.
He lives in apartment 10.
No one lives there. It's been empty for months.
I talked to someone through the door.
Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
Sure.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
What? You're doing it again.
You're doing it again.
I'm sorry, man. It's this game.
Who lives behind the padlocked door?
Oh, that one is a scientist. A future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education is good. I always tell them to study.
Astrology?
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
It's the communist thing. She's talking about all the stars.
The symbol of what and how?
Cause, you know, like the world revolution? That wants to support the working class against capital?
Huh. I thought Revachol was the capital. Oh, I think he studied something to do with all those stars. That's what I said. Astrology.
The lieutenant shakes his head as though to say, let it go. Come on, people. Try to keep up any standards here. It's not about stars. It's... forget it.
Oh, I think something to do with the symbol of what and how?
It's an ideology as noble aims, but it's also being used to justify terrible bloodshed.
The cleaning lady shrugs and returns to sweeping.
Something to the symbol of what and how? Economy. Why should anyone care about economy? I think something the symbol of what and how?
Contra demise.
I don't believe in equality. Never seen it work. The symbol of what and how?
Communism.
Never heard of it. The symbol of what and how?
Communism.
All I know about politics is that it's brought us more harm than good.
She mumbles some kind of a response.
Okay, number 10. We're about to take it all down. Right?
Right.
Here we go. Oh shit!
You hear someone walking around inside.
This apartment is supposed to be empty. Did you break in here?
The number on the panel says 10.
Excuse me? Of course not.
I don't need a warrant if I suspect there's been a break-in. Are you cooking morphine in there? Just like what happened to the apartment. Remember they're kicking meds in the kitchen? Or if I suspect there's been a break-in.
Oh, come on.
That was smart.
Ha! I'm in! Boom! Secret room! I got this bitch! Look at her! She was stealing! Ooh, I just got some fancy shoes. +1 to indirect modes of taxation, affluent moneymaker man. Here we go.
The luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculously expensive shoes on your tired feet?
You're right. Beautiful things do make people happy.
Beautiful things give you a rush. It's power. Crafting your style, draping your flesh in silken leather, deciding how to present yourself to the world. Remember, when they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes. Whether you like it or not, wearing these shoes has made you more liberal. Ultra-liberal.
Ultra-liberal. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Ultra-liberal, what's going on? Put your foot up.
Why?
Look. Let's put on back the other shoes on. These boots. Okay, I'm about to break her head open, okay? Hypnogamma. I'm about to break her face open. You ready? Gonna be ready? You gonna be ready for that? There.
Satisfied?
Oh shit.
My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see?
What does she look like? Look at her face.
I can't see a good look at her. My vision's too blurry.
Yeah, your eyes are closed, so it's hard to see like that, right? What time is it?
It's early.
It's not even midnight.
I know. I had a long day where you stayed here. I was walking.
And I was walking.
For over 4 hours.
Yeah, well, what is she saying?
I don't even know.
Boy, there are a lot of different keys there. More than 20, at least.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
Inspect the passport.
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with shorter hair inside, along with all her personal details.
Nice haircut.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour.
What are you doing here?
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
Who lives here?
It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent. But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry.
Is it a bit late to be working?
It is. Everyone says the real estate agents don't do anything. But here I am in the middle of the night cleaning up someone's crash pad. So the sooner we get this over with, the better.
Who lived here?
Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
The sum must have been puny.
These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million-real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards.
It's as if they're real wizards, able to resurrect dead real estate and breathe life into bank accounts.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it. Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, it was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent. But that was months ago. Anyway, oh, that's enough. And again, a hole in...
The sum must have been puny.
Don't ask. Both apartments are now unrentable. Ha! Sounds like you've spent too much time undercover in some rock band. It was some... But that was months ago. Oh, that's... And again, a hole in...
The sum must have been puny.
Don't ask. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both. I need to get it ready for the next lease. It was... But... It was... But that was months ago. It was... But that was months ago. Of course.
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. Oh, I do like wizards, and people like that in general. They have a lot to tell us about our fates.
She means clairvoyance.
I know. It's barely...
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the cold room door.
Cindy's still here.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part. Glad to have been of assistance. Of course. Anything to help. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. What we do. I'm afraid I...
She nods.
Okay, do you remember those dancing guys, or no?
No.
Do you remember what happened on the coast?
What's her name told you about their plot?
Remember, I have to find, what's their name? Remember the husband? The cryptologist? Or you want to leave it there, because then if not, I'm going to have to replay everything again, right?
Maybe.
No, let me get to the coast. Oh, let me see if she's run the licensing information here.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes. I got the mercenary's name and a few biographical details. Are you ready?
I finally got the information from the boot.
The lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand.
I was born ready.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Cortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S Kortenaer. Exact date of birth, unknown. He was signed into the Lelystad County Neonatal Care Unit on 28th of February, 09.
Neonatal care unit.
He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2. This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the East Brand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17, then served in the Oranese forces till he was honorably discharged in 41, just a year before the Seminole conflict. Then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Chanel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering Revachol.
So we have all we need to connect them to Cornell, and this is the armor?
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory. Thank you, Elise. Great work.
No problem, Lieutenant.
A compliment from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Not bad.
Information as foster parents?
None, officer. Sorry. It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in this file. So I thought it would be good for you to know.
It is. Thank you, Alice.
We have his name and service record now.
A name. This is very good. Elise Cortenaer.
Now we could bring that to Klasje.
This means something to him. To know that name. Like naming a case. It's important. Sometimes police work is about human dignity. About giving back names to anonymous victims.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions? 57, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Yes?
Turn on logic.
What are you looking up now?
Did you see what happened? We were able to look up his boots, and the cop lady told me that he was adopted in foster care at 2 years old, and he served in the military, and he was discharged for his aggression. That's what happened.
I see.
Did you miss it?
A little.
Yeah. Let's get my logic up. Logic instead of the hat. Okay, this is pretty good. I'm gonna learn my history.
Yes?
72%.
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
What? No, that can't be right.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late and argues with his necktie. You weren't sent here to win.
Okay, whatever it's me, I'll give you some fucker like it.
I've considered it.
But it's not true, right?
I don't think I can say one way or another. I do think it's somewhat unlikely, though.
What is that?
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
Ha, so you are their finest.
I am the finest of nothing.
You really see me as a safe bet?
Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Can't take out the tie though. Going back to the fishing village, you heard what we found out, right? Okay. I need to find the husband. The husband has to be somewhere out here. I haven't found them, but I've explored this entire area. I feel like that Abigail. Don't call Abigail. Remember the drunk guy? Remember we were all talking?
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast.
Kim's present makes it awkward. Do you hear her? Da 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 down, all fall down. Farajaka. What's that song called? That's what she was humming. Did you hear it?
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot suzunti.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
I can't see. How'd you know I was here?
I still have a golden ear. Come, come. Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Trouble? Say the second thing, Bratan. Shows you got style.
You say the second thing? We're cops, we're hellraisers. Click, click, bang, bang. Read what it says.
Bang, 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 bang.
He goes bang, 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 bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
No, you're not. I've seen you around here before. 12 years ago. You didn't raise any hell.
Wait, what?
You were quite helpful, actually. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Wait, I've been here before?
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another, locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
What kind of ill omen are you talking about?
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
Like, I'm totally in with exactly what I've been telling you on. The end is here.
You're not. No one around here considers us an ill omen. People would have told us.
Maybe they are afraid.
Why?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Or could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
How much is it?
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
There's this guy, Gar, who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die out in the cold.
That's exactly how they get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to give money to those crooks. We might not look like much, but they are ours.
Wait, why isn't anyone using the room? Wait, one more time. I can just have the room?
Aye. The room is pretty bare bones, but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here.
When Varson communist revolutionary Ignace Nielsen was in hiding, he stayed in a hut on the Boreal Plateau for 10 months.
Surely not the first one. So are you interested or not?
You got yourself a tenant.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
Where is it? I got a shack. No more paying $20. I'm free. Freedom! What is this fishing village?
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
This place is pornographically poor.
The lack of wealth is the one thing we've got in abundance.
Riddles. Fits with the general ambiance here.
Aye. Sometimes it's as though I'm also gotten lost inside this nameless nothing.
I'm lost too.
Oh, it seems to be a common theme these days.
I'm in the process of finding myself again.
Isn't that what people always think when they are lost? Something I can do for you to find your way, officer?
There's not something here, tell me.
Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea of old trees, all covered in industrial soot. Small houses under them, an overgrown park.
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinderblock houses. Shacks as far as the eye can see. The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now. Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east, but they're away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them. Lillian is tough. Tougher than the men here, at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left. I'm sure you did. Nature keeps them in rotation. A new face pops up every now and then, and an old one disappears and is forgotten. This is who we are. Here, for you, no officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
Under carts, boats, in little boxes, it's not hard to find. She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Not much. It's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? We built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church. Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty. I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. Was born in Samara. Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed. No one. That's why it's closed. It was once a bustling place, back when I was young, and so was everyone else. Now, what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else. What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End. Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast. Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr.
Lieutenant Double Gefreya Gloria Dubois.
Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them, double. Me? Now it's your turn, Mr. Why would I do that? That's a fool's name. Are you a fool? Don't ridicule yourself before an old woman, officer. It's undignified.
Oh, I found a jacket, but it's filthy. Could you wash it for me?
I can wash it for you. But it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
Yeah.
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you'll have an easier life in your hands. Me? Now it's your turn. These things happen occasionally.
She makes it sound like losing one's name was as common as a midlife crisis.
Not much. Some things...
So...
No, we've tried, but think...
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Just this is pretty...
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny. She nods, rinsing another...
This item. Oh, look at that jacket! Hello. Pain threshold, element proof, always hot, sweat like a pig. Holy shit. Look at that. Shivers. Half-light, pain threshold. Huh. Nice.
The door has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and...
That's where I sleep though. So far for you guys next time.
Danko.
There's no waking him from...
The legend! He's back! And firstly, I got smokes and piss and a little speed to spice things up.
Oh. The system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her like a bitch goat in the backyard.
You see, friend, man makes his own luck, and I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liquor exquise. Sold 2 to the fellows around here. Bought cigarettes.
The hook. Where is it? I can't see it.
I'm already hooking for Kuno, I think. Got a permit?
Permit? Who gives a shit? You want to buy something? Grease the wheels, buddy boy. Oh, your thief bought
The hook. Where is it? I can't see it.
Of course, of course, of course. It is what it is, you know. What it's always been. People, buddy boy. It's the people. Oh. Your thief bought cigarettes.
The hook. Where is it?
Seriously? Are you?
I'm sorry, Kim. I just want to see what happens if I say it.
Fine.
There's Rio. 50 in his palm.
Huh.
Hi, by amphetamine, I mean speed. Sure did, buddy boy. That's why I said amphetamine. I mean speed. I mean amphetamine. I got both. Aye, that's what I said. Good, good, my man. Now what can I offer you? Oh, your thief bought cigarettes.
The hook. Where is it? I can't see it.
Mm-hmm. Hook 'em up. Aye, by amphetamine, I mean speed. Good, good, my man. Now what can I offer you?
The hell? Where is he going? What is this? It's a hat. Encyclopedia. Logic +2. Huh.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Grim affairs. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days. The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world.
Do it.
A row of ghostly shades
Here we go.
stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet, no sound, no movement.
This is a good place.
10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles prime. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. Droplets of rain fall on the wooden planks, the surrounding sand dunes. The clouds block out any rays of light. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed. A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people, familiar, each and every one of them. Leeches, fleas, and thieves, all the freeloader scum living off the hard work of others. Such is your belief. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one? The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld?
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe...
Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant, the superior giving the orders.
A host of men, ordinary people. Leeches, fleas, and thieves. All the freeloader scum living up. A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
That must be...
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Inside.
No. I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Mm-hmm. You still shoot?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I pass my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
Huh.
You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Looks like tomorrow never came. Looks like tomorrow never came.
Safe here and see if these are guys. But I also want to see if Flashy was sampled. Drunk, still got a fucking fun. I'm trying to throw some story. So make sure I have enough time. too slow.
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this gem.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Finally found cryptologist, so he's definitely there. So we're gonna pick that up next time. You finally up?
Yeah.
Why are you up?
What time is it?
It's 1.
Really?
Yeah. What happened?
I fell asleep like I always do.
Okay, well, a lot of stuff happened, so you're gonna have to replay all the things that went down in order to pick up, so let people know what happened so they can hear you clearly. Here.
I fell asleep again.
What happened from the political talk?
Well, you stopped talking about it.
Yeah, because I wasn't talking to that guy anymore. We started doing other things.
Yeah.
We stopped doing political things.
Okay.
Okay. So I found a cryptozoologist. We had a visual calculus, and we're gonna have to pick it up from when we talked to the guy, so you don't have to watch ahead, okay?
Okay.
And you'll see the firing squad take out everyone.
There wasn't a firing squad.
Yes, there was. I have video proof, and you'll see it.
Mm-hmm.
You missed it, so you have to come back. Let them know about the anime.
Okay, you can let him know.
And say, okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Let them know you're gonna have more energy.